Hello there, welcome back to SWAN, Chernobyl Unexplored. I think it's Unexplored. It starts with a U.
One day, I received a message from a professor who said he was familiar with my case and thought he could try to help me. He claimed to be the founder and director of a specialist facility for people with rare, unknown,
you know what it reminds me of?
Ailments. I was supposed to be put
you know when you play tracks backwards and they make it sound like there's underlying messages.
Oh yeah, like in Stairway to Heaven. Apparently, if you play bits of that backwards, it sounds very satanic.
Yeah.
The professor, was that Kaidanovsky?
Yes, Professor Andrei Kaidanovsky. I saw you getting into his office. Even his notes speak of what despicable man he is. Departure for the Institute was a blessing.
Try this geezer, isn't it?
Escape from a life full of suffering.
Well, you know, if you've got nobody to talk to for a while.
Yeah, that's it.
Only
It reminds me
here was
of
a
the Master from
glimpse of
Fallout.
hope, a slight shadow of a chance for a cure.
Is the first one.
I wouldn't know.
For the first time, someone had reached out a helping hand. When I met Kaidanovsky, he was extremely kind-hearted, promising his full involvement in my conditions research and attempts to bring me back to full health.
Oh, that one nice, right?
Everything changed.
I mean,
when the
technically you are at
research
full
started.
health.
I very quickly realized
in a
that
sense.
something else
In
was the
an
main objective
interdimensional
here,
kind of manner.
but it was too late to back out. People like me got locked up in here and were kept by force. They were used for research on obtaining and isolating the so-called SWAN factor for the Soviet Army's needs, apparently.
What is the X
It is a
Factor?
factor present in anybody
It is a
infected
factor.
with a SWAN-type disease. It makes them unique and grants special abilities, not necessarily good ones. According to the professor, due to the incredible power of my symptoms, I was a great potential source. At the same time, the level of complexity of my illness was extremely high. Experimental methods used by Kaidanovsky did nothing. It frustrated him greatly, triggered some inhuman instincts, even drove him mad. He'd work on my case for hours. I was not indifferent to that. I was suffering and feeling inhuman pain.
I have a few problems with that as a thing.
What do you mean?
As in, inhuman pain can't really be defined as inhuman pain because obviously you've got to have human pain, and then at that point you can't really have inhuman pain because obviously he is human and therefore he's experiencing pain. Therefore, any pain is human pain, or all pain is inhuman pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's
Poor
no
phrasing, but you know.
Thanks to the power
And
of all the devices
It's like
constructed
kind of
especially for
interdimensional
me, the
being or
factor
something.
had finally left
Yeah,
my
now.
body by itself. It divided into two separate entities, light and shadow. I am the shadow entity. You could say that the original me died. However, my consciousness keeps on living in those two elements separated by the factor. At this moment,
So he's saying
I
that he's
have
an
to warn
afterlife
you.
being.
The portal you located, thanks to the Mind Reader, did not appear for no reason. Mind Reader was created in this institute to find those portals and destroy the dimensions they lead to. But for the portal to form and the creator to be able to walk through it, something terrifying is required. If you have special abilities, it is possible to possess a person's life essence through murder and modify space-time to a point. The existence of each portal means somebody's death. Portal's creation destabilizes your human reality. Changes happening in parallel dimensions are starting to have a destructive
forever,
impact
isn't
on
it?
this world.
Hey, he did talk
This
a
is
lot.
why they have to be destroyed as soon as possible.
As you say, pal,
It
if
is
he's not had no one to
possible
talk to for a
determine
fair
what
bit,
can
then...
happen exactly. But
Also, he
any
says the
disturbance
professor's
to the
name
space-time continuum
differently
structure may have
each
terrifying consequences for the whole mankind.
Like, at first he said Dinovsky, and then he said
It is
Kalinovsky, and
not
it's
to
like...
be excluded.
What?
After my incident, various tragedies started happening in the Institute.
Yeah, I think that's the
Someone
pronunciation.
or something
Yeah,
started to
exactly,
wreak
but
havoc
they said it
in
two different
here.
ways, and it's like...
Chaos took away many lives, and new portals were created. It is a lie that the patients did this, although it is most likely what you will read in the staff's notes. I believe it is something much more powerful, some unknown force. This is why the Institute's personnel was trying to fight it so frantically, constructing the mind reader in the process. You shall find out in due time, as I'm sure we'll meet again. In a moment, you will enter the so-called intermediary room. It is a place between the human world and the extra-dimensional one. That's where you get to the memory wasteland, one of the parallel dimensions.
Memory wasteland?
That's where the dimension's creator's thoughts are stored and form the foundation for the dimension's existence. When you destroy them, you return to the Institute, and the dimension ceases to exist. Maybe you'll find more portals when you explore the corridors. Remember, each of them means somebody's death.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Memory wasteland. As if it has become my second home, I am starting to lose my senses while looking for other people's memory scraps so they can replace my own memories. The more I do it, the more I wonder if what I do makes any sense. At the end of the day, the patient's thoughts are their escape from everything that constrains them. Inside the Institute's walls, I know that those people present a danger to their surroundings, but they've created their own world in which they are free. And here I am, stuck in here and destroying everything. I need to speak to Kardinovsky when I next return to the Institute. Alrighty then. What's going off over here? Well, there was a shadow of someone like crouched over there.
Was it you?
But it was just the light. The back of the light there. There we go. Every time I come here, I pass through this strange portal. When I enter it, bliss overflows me. I do not feel pain or fear. Everything bad disappears for a split second, like in a dying person's last moments. The most scary thing is that this incredible power has arisen from a horrifying crime. Freedom and escape tempt the patient and push them to the worst atrocities.
Crime, criminal.
Shark-related crime. Are their actions possible to be ever forgiven? Oh, I guess we'll find out, won't we, sunshine? What a delightful chair. Oh, what am I doing there? Mind reader, intermediary room. Start, I guess. Oh! Oh, that's a lot of text.
Wobbly text as well.
Yeah. Okay, so that seems to open the door. Oh, I see. What? Thought catching mode?
Welcome to Doom. Legit what it feels like.
Locate a thought particle in the sky by holding right trigger. Okie dokie. I've fallen into unknown space, Derek.
Well done. Why is that a Cyclops there?
I don't know. Can't see any thought particles, can you? Ow. Oh, too much radiation. Okay, so it's going to be one of those games, is it?
I
Where I
assume
die
it
every
is.
15 seconds through gross incompetence for the most part.
I mean, that's normal for any game that you play.
Yes, it is. Oh. Is that subliminal all over again when I kept walking through that chessboard?
That you actually did on purpose.
Yeah. Well, it was annoying, yeah.
It was annoying me because you knew the answer and then did it anyway.
No. Am I missing something here?
Probably a lot of things.
Ah! Don't want to fall through into unoccupied space again, do I?
It was unknown space, not unoccupied.
No, unoccupied.
Not the same. Don't say they're the same.
Well, if something's unknown, then it's surely unoccupied.
No, it isn't. It just means that you don't know if it's occupied or not. That's like saying anything behind a closed door is unknown, and it's therefore unoccupied, and you don't know that.
Schrodinger's door?
No. Aren't you supposed to be catching a thought?
I don't know what they look like.
I don't know either. Look for one.
It said look in the sky. Oh, that looked promising. Collect ammunition to fully access mode 2. Thought obliteration mode. Ammunition. Oh, hello.
Maybe you need to get
What the
from
bloody hell's that? Can I grab this now? Acquired 1 unit of... What?
Well, there you go. You got what you wanted. Now fire at it.
Mode 2. Cool.
Not at the floor, at it.
Gotcha. I don't like how the floor keeps disappearing.
Well, it's
Very
got to give you that
off-putting.
sort of element of friggin' run some point.
Yeah, true.
What's that black shadow?
Ah! Ah!
Kill it with the other mode. It says shadow obliteration. Fire it. Or
Okay.
die.
I kind of know what's happening now.
No,
Right,
you
okay,
don't. You liar.
I do,
Don't
I
lie.
do.
Said that last time and fail. careful of the floor.
Yeah. That's what got me last time. Light obliteration mode. What the light monster? Duh! Oh, that was close. That's that. That's that.
What about the yellow one that you missed?
It's the red one as well, apparently.
No, you can't collect the red one because you've got too much. So destroy the dark one first. Now destroy the light one.
Why is the light one even creepier than the dark one?
I don't know.
Jeff. Oh well. Ah! Okay, I'm out of juice. Why am I going all grainy? I can't see my Geiger counter going up.
Remember, it's the yellowy green one for that one.
It is. Oh, there's another chap over here as well.
I get the shadow one first.
It's nearer.
Yeah.
Okay, now what? Ah, right, okay.
More of them. More.
They're kind of creepy with their encroaching, aren't they?
You say that, but the weapons doesn't make it any better.
Oh. So long, nerds.
Just oh.
Take that. Oh, I've run out of ammo. Bye.
Please, just for the love of God, stop walking on.
Sunshine. Oh.
No, like you didn't get the red one, and the shadow one's faster than the light one.
I didn't get the red one because it was too close.
Falling into the unknown.
Oh, we're doing so well here now. Help, Chuck.
You
Destroy the remaining thought particles. Oh, right, okay. Oh, good God! Fucking whaps.
It's not our fault that you're completely inept. And I say as in myself and the viewers, because you're completely inept.
Hey. Be nice.
Hey, I mean, you are.
Yeah, that's true, but you don't have to say it like that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you didn't look around enough, and you were just like,
right fucking behind me, heck. That seemed to work.
There you go. Run. Run, Richard. Yeah. You walk in next to it.
Before I die, let me look at the stars one last time. This is someone's dying words, isn't it?
Or thoughts?
Yeah, thoughts makes more sense. Door's jammed, of course it is. Gotta run towards something.
Well, better jam than custard.
You prefer jam to custard, Dick?
Depends what for. In donuts, yes.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, because you can get loads of different flavours of jam. You can't get loads of different flavours of custard.
They took them away.
Like, there's only custard
well,
flavoured
I can think
custard.
Of two. Like, well, there's custard and like chocolate custard, isn't there?
That's still only two flavours, whereas jam, like, you've got marmalade, which is effectively orange jam. You've got strawberry jam, raspberry jam, blackcurrant jam. You know, you can make loads of stuff into varying forms of jam,
Numerous different jams, aye.
which is better than just, oh yeah, this is custard. You've got chocolate custard, which is custard that somebody's melted chocolate into, or you've got custard, which is just vanilla custard.
Oh, what can I tell you, pal? I like custard. No, not in there, yeah? Yeah. We'll read journal eventually. After weeks of waiting, they've come for me, with Kardinowski at the helm, to my cell. As I cannot call it any other way. They were kind enough to tell me what they've finally come up with, even though they still don't know shit. Only I can see him. He only shows, in my eyes, the oppressor. He looks at me and I freeze in horror, like in sleep paralysis. I've tried to visualise him, and when I have finally done so, I tore off my fingernails down to a raw skin. Ooh, I regret this drawing. The more I look at it, the more insane I get. And that's not the only thing that doesn't allow me to function normally. They say that a person can get used to anything. Doesn't matter, as anything I touch or try to grasp suddenly disappears in a vortex and returns if it's taken a long trip to nowhere. Turn into rust.
I feel like that when I lose something. Like, you know, when you lose something, like, really important, like, not like your keys, but, you know, like, I don't know, like, something that you need, like a screwdriver.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, it's nowhere to be found. It must have gone to an endless vortex. There's just, like, you know, you watched, you've watched, is it Labyrinth that does that?
The Labyrinth?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I believe that.
Labyrinth.
That's what the egghead's called, old man syndrome.
It might not be the Labyrinth.
Oh, with David Bowie in it?
Yeah.
Oh, what's happened here then? I eavesdropped on a conversation between doctors once. Apparently the portals to memory wastelands appear after somebody's death. They always manage to find a dead body in here when this dark hole in space appears, like an empty slot made when someone's life fades. I've never been there, but I've heard what a place it is from others. It's a chance to escape this cesspool.
Oh, it was Labyrinth.
capable of killing someone to set myself free from this place. Horrifying events take place here, so one more murder would only become one more stain on this compromised idea of humanity. In this fallen, closed world, I don't believe in anything anymore. So it was Labyrinth, you say?
Yeah, there's an old lady that collects people's junk.
People's what?
Junk, like lost items, stuff like that. So so she effectively collects everything, and then
does that jaunty tune sound familiar?
No.
That woman's gonna come in, she, the one that's 10 foot tall.
Oh, is she?
I want to turn the fucking thing off.
Oh, there she is.
I don't see nothing, mate. What are you on about? I just see this surprisingly shiny radio.
And that slow groaning noise. You hear that, don't you?
No, I don't know what you're on about, Chief.
It's like what you'd hear in an old retro game.
Oh, good God. What's with the corpse, yo?
Why does it have no clothes?
It's a naked corpse, obviously.
Yeah, I get that it's a naked corpse, but why is it naked in a room?
Why wasn't it there when I came in? Why can't I set this fucking thing off?
Why don't you just leave the room?
How do I turn my torch off? Just out of interest.
You tell me. I don't freaking know. I can't see the controls.
I can just about feel the controls. Well, that was weird. Now where to now? Oh, that didn't look like that before, did it? Oh! What the fuck was that?
It's Slender Man.
I've seen Slenderer. Hello, pal.
But yeah, as I was saying, there was a junk lady in the Labyrinth film, and she effectively collected all the stuff that people had lost. So like odd socks, watches, you know, so like, and I always feel like that like, you know, when you lose something like important that you need at the time, like a screwdriver or something like that, that you like, I'm sure I've put it in these places and it's literally nowhere to be found, and you've checked the whole house. It's that sort of thing.
Do you know what it is in my house that just go missing and we can never seem to find one when we need one?
Spoons.
Tape measures.
Well, yeah, it's always like some sort of measuring, or like, you know, like
some kind
DIY
of screwing implement.
Yeah, it's some sort of DIY implement that you always lose, and it's just, and it's not like you've moved or anything. Like, you haven't moved house or anything like that. It's just, it's not there anymore. And on that note, please join us next time, where we'll see who that person is at the end of the corridor.
Deck is getting closer. I'm going to have to pause it. Right. See you next time, folks. See you next time, Deck.
Bye.